Let's get this screen demonetized, shall we? Ranking every critical role opening. This is truly TTRPG slop that I'm creating here. This is truly not going to make the world better in any way, shape, or form, but I think it's important, because how am I supposed to know if I like the newest opening or not if I can't place every other opening into a tier list? What makes a good opening credits? When I think back to like really good opening credits, I think about stuff like True Blood, or The X-Files, or Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There's something about them where it's got to suit the tone of the show. I do think a good theme tune has to be catchy to some extent. Not always, but I think it does. Like Game of Thrones, you know what, it just builds up and you get hyped for it. And also the visuals have to be in line with the tone as well. Now there's a caveat here, which is that opening credits can grow on you. And that's what happens with a lot of, like with Peacemaker Season 2, I didn't like that at the start. But by the end of it, I was watching every time and loving it. So it's hard to take that into account, how we'll feel about this opening sequence, in 2 months' time. But it's there. These things can grow on you. We don't always know what we like straight away. Really rich colours, very in-world, very fancy. So this bit, putting on a performance, the music is really, really good. No! I'll go through it again. Colours, very rich, really nice. Fantastic props. Everything is physical, which is great. And this is the fabric, which I was talking about, which is just phenomenal. I almost wish there was more of this bit. I wish there was more of the Cirque du Soleil stuff. I think it's really impressive. This bit feels like a show. This bit feels awesome. The bit where it's just people kind of stood around, not that bothered about. But it's still very impressive what they've made. Yeah, I don't see need this. So I think it's good. I think it's good. When I first watched it, because, I just watched it 3 times here, but also this is my second big viewing of it. I didn't really like it the first time I watched it, because I was expecting, something more fun and exciting. They've gone a different direction than other times. This is kind of a similar direction to what they did with the Age of Umbra thing, which is interesting. I don't have any emotional relationship with it yet, but that can come. I'm going to leave it in B tier for now. And we can move that one around. All the rest are going to be stuck where we leave them. It's not their best, and it's not their worst. Once again, this is subjective, okay? This is just me saying what I like. For you, it might be the best. For you, it might be the worst. It doesn't really matter. All right, so now we're going back in time to 2015. When this first came out, because now it just looks like a bunch of people cosplaying, right? Which it kind of is. Cosplaying as their original characters and messing around with props. When this first came out, and if you were watching this and this was the opening credits, you would have been blown away. You would be like, they did this for an actual play? This is wild. It would have absolutely been next level. Now, after seeing everything they've done in the future, it's definitely obvious that this was the first. Oh, we don't talk about him. It's fun to see how the characters have changed as well in my mind, and in the animated series from this. Look, there's definitely a amateurness to it, 100%. However, it is hype. That music is hype. The music is hype. The slow build, it shows every single character as like who they're playing as well, so you kind of get an idea of what's happening. You're very aware it's a D&D show. I think this is an A. There's something about that music that they captured the essence of an opening that is like, okay, it's on, let's freaking go. And you know what, actually, just because I know what's coming, because I do think they do it so much better in the future, I think this is an A, and I think I have to push this one down to C because of that, which sucks, because I don't think this one's bad. I just think when looking at all these things, and by the way, we can have stuff in C and it still be phenomenal. We're not saying we're comparing it to each other, right? Of things going up and down. What should happen is when you click on the screen, you should see a circle, but I'm not seeing anything, so I think I need to go in and fix it. Okay, it's not that important, guys. It's me. It's me. It's on my side. Look at that. Look at those clicks going on. All right, okay. This changes things now. Stop clicking my face. Where do you think this first opening should go on this list? A, S, B, C, or D? Stop clicking my face. So A, solid A. Okay. What about the newest one? Yeah, you guys happy with C? This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. We're a democracy now. Then in which case, onwards and upwards to the next theme tune. Same music. So I'm still down to think that's a classic tune. Effects. Just the quality in their clothes and accessories, never mind the effects, has upped exponentially. There must have been such a leap in budget from those two things that it's wild. They're in combat. They're not only showing a battle, but they're showing what each character can do, and also their personalities about how they can do it. They're also in it as well, so you know who everyone is playing. It's good. I mean, it's hard to fault. It is hard to fault. The personality, combat, characters, all of it. Matthew Moore's playing everyone. The cut to them all at the table. A scream of joy. What do we think about that one? S tier seems to be winning. That really feels like all they did was took what worked with the first one and turned it up to 11, right? They just took what worked and turned it all up and made it all better. So it makes sense that would be one above. I'm not sure what all this proves, but it is for science. Next up. Okay. This is more subjective, so I'll be interested to see what you guys think about this. Still the same theme, which is phenomenal. I was gonna say, like, the initial music when it kicks in feels very stock music, but then once the theme kicks in, it's like, okay, I know where we are, I know what we're doing. It's retro, the costuming is phenomenal, the acting is fantastic. It once again gives you a real idea of who these people are and what their kind of function is, almost. Very meta. Like, if the last two were, okay, if you don't know what D&D is, this is kind of the vibe. It's like, these are our characters, there's combat, there's story and stuff. This is more like, okay, we're playing D&D. This is outside the story, outside the game. This is the vibe, and also, you know, nostalgic. Dag Heart Christmas costumes. One thing I will say from these earlier opening credits is they had a theme with the music and the vibe, and they kind of stuck with it. That one we just watched is kind of an outlier. It is a little bit weird. It is a little bit different. I think it doesn't fully showcase what the show is, but it showcases the people around the show. So let's see where you guys think it would sit, shall we? Wow. Well, that might just be that one person clicked. That might just be one person clicking there. I personally think it's not as good. I think it's like A or B tier, personally. That's just because I prefer more fantasy in my opening credits, rather than like the real life stuff. I can veto you here, because there's a world where I think you guys are just going to put everything in S. And we can't live with that. So it would be like Dagger Heart, where I can use an armor slot to knock it down one tier. But that's all I can do. You guys just go into S. I can't. Fair enough. I can't fight that, I guess. I do disagree. And I am going to spend one armor slot to knock it down to A. Unless you guys riot. Like, if you guys riot and threaten to leave my stream, I'll blow back into S. But I think that's fair. I think I should get some extra voting power. Boo. Don't riot, guys. No, don't click on my face. No. It is fair, because the next one is S+. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I just know what's coming, and I just can't put these on the same level. I would have knocked everything down by one, to be honest. I should have done this at the start. So I think the very first one should be B, and this one should be B, and I think this one should be A, because I just know there's some bangers coming up. Okay, put down your pitchforks. Relax, guys. I only have so many armor slots. In fact, should we make that ruling? Let's say I have 2 more armor slots. I can do that 2 more times. I can knock them down, and I can only ever knock them down by 1. So I've used one of my 3 vetoes. All right. Next up. Oh, this is solid. This is solid. What an opening. I mean, this is... I remember watching this, and, like, I got into Critical Role during Campaign 2, and this was just like, oh, like, these are the characters... This is the world, this is the action, this is the style. The music is just on point. The singing, it's the cast singing, like whoop, explosion. Shows all the characters, shows them using their abilities, shows their personalities. Once again, it took everything that like the old ones did and just added this animation on it, which is phenomenal. I wonder if we should include the D&D Beyond advertisement. Like, oh my god. Like, I was half like, if they had just used this opening as the Mighty Nine TV show opening, I would have been very happy. So good. Oh. Can you answer the call? Digging deep in your soul as the legend unfolds. Now it's your turn. Just builds and builds and builds. Ooh. Art. That is art. Now, that is where I get a copyright strike. I presume S. I will do the rigmarole because I like that seeing you guys click on the screen. It's now clickable. I saw a lot of S tiers in the chat from YouTube. Quanto, what's going on? If we ever find out who's clicking on my face during this time, I'm banning you. Solidly S tier. 11% of you, which I think is one person clicking, thinks it should be above S, which is why I tried to put things lower. You maniac. That's why I wanted to put everything lower, because when you put everything in S, you can't have an above S. Now, I'm going to make a plea to you guys. Will you please allow me to, without insulting or saying these credits aren't good, can I just move everything down 1? Can I put this in B and this in B and this in A so that I can put the one we just watched well and truly where it deserves to be, which is the best by far? No? Fine. Whatever. Fine. I'm going to let YouTube decide this, actually. Since Twitch are having so much fun there, I'm going to do a poll on YouTube to ask if I can have some kind of control over my own stream. Like, we can't have... There's too many S's. Okay, start poll. 6 votes have said yes. So, thank you, guys. Thank you. So what I'll do is I'm going to move this down. I'm going to move this down. And I think that's a good world to live in. Can we all agree on that? Yeah. I feel like we should do this to be like, this isn't about like what is S tier and what's D tier. This is about like the best of the best. The best. Great. Not as great. And we will have bad. We'll have flat out bad down there. Now, I remember this one being contentious, having like fans and not fans. I really like it. It's not the animated one. It's it's moved back into the physical realm, but I remember the biggest issue with this one, I think, if we're choosing to have this as an issue, is that it had little to do with the actual game that was going on, but it was at the very beginning, I think. Was this the beginning of Campaign 3? So they didn't really know. It's kind of similar to the one that's just dropped for Campaign 4. We don't really know how the story's going to play out or how the world's going to be built out, and neither do they. So, like, even Brennan Lee Mulligan doesn't know what the vibe of this show is going to be in 3 months' time. So they do kind of... I've heard it as, like, placeholder credits. That's fair. But I still think this is really good. The colonialism thing is questionable. It is a bit weird, them walking. That is a bit weird. But this shot, I think the slow motion shot of them going around in freeze frame, playing the game, I think this alone is S tier. I'm just going to say that. I think this alone is S tier. I think the rest of it is B or even C tier. So I don't know whether it averages out. I personally think this is like an A, depending on how the colonialism like have like a really tight friend group. There's just there's always really tight friend groups where everyone knows each other and all these people come in from the outside and they'll be friendly, they'll be acquaintances, but they'll never be in that group. They'll never be the close group. And then one guy comes in and it's like, wow, you just click with us. Where have you been our whole life? That's Robbie Damon, Critical Role. It's like... in my mind, Robbie Damon has always been part of the core cast. He just fits in. This is A. I know I'm seeing a lot of Bs, and I will give in to pressure, but depending on whether the colonialism will get me cancelled or not, I think it should be A. I don't know. I'll turn on the tap map so you guys can click. I feel like you guys are going to go B though. But I think it's as good as, if not better than this guy. Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate the A. I love it. Now we're moving with this chart, guys. I like it. It's all coming together. Real quick, are we liking the TTRPG slop? Non-content I'm pumping out right now. Yeah, the 1920s British Museum vibe is weird for D&D. Oh, yeah, and I'm British as well, so I do have a reputation to. Okay, yeah, no, you guys are right. You guys are right. I can't be pro colonization. I actually can't. I'm not allowed to. But it's going high. It's going high grade. I'm pandering. I've gone woke. I do think this is very good as well. I'm going to tell you why. I don't actually know what the overall consensus is of this. You guys might all be like, this is bad. But I think the style is so unique and so cool. I think the music continued to be phenomenal. I think it showcases all the credit where credit is due. Critical Role don't have to go this hard on their opening credits. They could just do very similar stuff every single time. So the fact that they've constantly been experimented, and we can always tell what the opening credits are in like from a frame. Like each one is so unique that we know exactly where it lies in everything. They don't have to do that. The X-Files had the same opening credits for 10 seasons, I want to say. Maybe not 10. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's 11 seasons of the X-Files now. But they didn't change it at all. And like, so the fact that Critical Role are doing multiple credits in campaigns and they're going this hard to be different and unique, that's kind of why some people won't like some of them and some people will like some of them. It's just kind of a side effect of them really putting their heart and soul in. It's a weird uncanny valley thing going on. Like when you look at their faces, it is very odd. I know I'm half covering it, but Sam's face in particular here, it is weird. But that doesn't affect me, to be honest. I like that it's different. So a lot of A's as well. Low A, high B. Oh, whoa, we're all over the shop. All right. Who's hitting not as great? And can you speak up and give me a defense? Man, you will A anything. I was the one who's forced everything down. It was going to be all S tier before I stepped in. This is insane. I'm not letting you guys pull me down. I'm not going to be... Oh, I hate how easily manipulated I am. One guy says, you'll A anything. And then I'm immediately like, no, I won't. It's a B. Pretty solidly, you guys are saying B. You guys are saying great. I'll honor the cock as it is and throw you guys in there. But I'm interested to know what you guys think is the next one then. Because you have a different opinion than me. And do not let, like, if you don't like Campaign 3, please do not let that affect how you feel about these opening credits. Next up, I think this is very, very good. I'm going to say before we get into this, because I feel like people also just don't like this section of Campaign 3 a lot as well. This vibe and feeling reminds me of the best one we have already, right? I'm not saying that this should go in the best of the best, but I'm saying it is very similar to this, right? I think in many ways, if it gets thrown down here, it doesn't make any sense. So let's watch and see. I think, if I remember correctly, maybe I'll change my mind. All right. Right now, people are saying best of the best. So I'm going to preemptively move this up here. Okay. Okay. I'm happy with that. That's what I wanted. I don't know why I was so scared. I was so scared about that one being completely different to my opinion. Because I feel like that's what happened with these two great ones. Because I would have put these in A. Fair enough. We're a democracy. We're a democracy. Okay. So this was the last one of those, right? But we have a couple more. And I've taken the Exandria Unlimited and Divergent ones. There's 3 of them, which we can watch. I wonder if we throw them all together because they're very, very similar. It's kind of just like some minor alterations and the music's different. And I've got the Age of Umbra and Candela Obscura ones as well, as a kind of a treat. My honest opinion is that the visuals here feel a bit too made in Blender. That's loud in my ears. They're a little bit too like just 3D tool. But the saving grace of this, I think the music is phenomenal. Yeah, the CG is a lot. But the music. Stained glass looks cool. The symbols they are showing, the images, all have things to do with the actual campaign, I believe. It does give uni film studio-ish. It just feels like they didn't have a super high budget. I mean, it's still like, look, I couldn't make this. I'm sure there's a lot of technical stuff in here that's very impressive, but it just feels very video game environments, you know? But I think the music's really good. I feel like the music is genuinely a bop. You're saying B? Okay, well, before we throw each one of these in here, let's watch all 3 of them, because like I said, they're very similar. So it's exactly the same opening, which I like, right? Because they're mirroring each other. But the music is a very different vibe. Let me know if it's loud enough for you guys. The music is so genuinely, like, scary. Like, it's genuinely like, this is all going wrong. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever watched his Dark Materials, but that also has a phenomenal theme tune, and it reminds me of this. Also, little take, different, the chains in the last one were not going black, but in this one, they're turning black. Which I think is a very nice touch. And one thing I didn't actually notice until I was rewatching them for this stream. Stained glass is different too? Indeed, yes. Bum, bum, bum. I mean, what do you guys think? Should we put all these together in one tier, or should we separate them up? Because I think... Oh, sorry. I think this one is better than the other one, but only because the other one came first and set it up for the changes, right? So I think we kind of put them together. But also we have one more. Same opening again. But everything is rubble now. Vote singing this time. I think this music is actually, I would listen to this. And we're getting a bit more of that Game of Thrones building up places. This is showing AR coming down to the... Wow, that's so good. sounds like the HU. What's the HU? Oh, the band. Netflix Marvel Star. It does have that that Daredevil opening vibe to it, doesn't it? Yeah, this one is it's started off the same, but it's very different now. Yeah, you guys all agree? Okay. I think we're all on a similar vibe. Hard agree. Okay, cool. Hey, look at us, all getting along. After my last video where people hated me for saying I didn't like Hero Forge's new pricing model, it's nice to it's nice to be on the same team as you guys. The three together goes mid B. Solid. Okay, and this brings us to some very different, dare I say, controversial openings. Let's do the Candela Obscura one first. Oh, by the way, trigger warning, gross stuff. What? This reminds me of another theme tune from another show. What is it? Oh, it's gonna bug me. It's good though. Is it, do you guys know, is it the same musician who does all the music? Westworld is what I was thinking of. Thank you, Dungeon Father Gaming. That was going to bug me. YouTube, Murray saying A, if not S. Oh, I don't think it's S. I understand though, this is very much a vibe. If you're into this kind of stuff, it's all the way up there. So I understand. Like, there's kind of no wrong answer with this. You know, like if someone told me that's S, I'd be like, fair enough. I understand that you love it. It does everything right for what it is. But I wouldn't put it in S personally. Points for grossness. I actually think I minus points for the grossness. I kind of wish the grossness wasn't there. But everything else is phenomenal. Wait, 27% plus 9%, which is 35%. So it is, you guys are saying great on Twitch. And I'm getting a lot of A's on YouTube. So I think, I wish we could get YouTube on this tap map as well to really see what everyone's thinking. Coming out with so many A's. I do wonder when merged with the Twitch 27%, if this makes it A. It's definitely A or B. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to say that you guys think A, and I'm going to spend another armor slot. I'm going to spend one of my vetoes to knock it down to B. That way everyone wins. Everyone wins, right? I lost a resource. I've only got one more veto left. Yeah, high B, which is great because we only have one more thing left, which is the Age of Umbra one. I have to confess, when I first saw this Age of Umbra opening, I did not like it. And then the more I watched it, the more I noticed little things, and I was like, okay, this is good. This is good. So let's see what you guys think. I should be spending fear, not armor. Hey, I'm a player. You guys are the GM. That's all I'm saying. So it's these shots that are like overall, just like looking at, if I go back to the initial guy in armor, this all felt very, this is going to sound harsh, it all felt very like medieval times commercial. But then it cuts to this, and you see them using actual miniature like pieces as the set. Then I saw this and I must admit I was like, wait, is this the cast? And then it's not the cast, and that was sad for me. I was like, they could have done like Ashley and Marisha and Liam here and Travis in here. But you know, that is a preference. Yeah, look at the terrain here, the set. the ground. This is really cool. But there's one shot that sold it for me. There's one thing they do here where I'm like, oh, that's cool. So all this is okay, I guess. I'm just gonna leave it. This bit. This shot is so good. Yeah, TM7, you can know that it's very well made, and you can understand why some people might like it, but you can also be like, I don't like it. That's fair. Age of Umbra. All black and white, baby. Two things can be said at the same time. Yeah, I mean, that's the issue that people face when people are just like, this is bad. And it's like, well, it's not bad. You just don't like it. There's a difference there. But sometimes it's bad. All right. I have no idea where you guys are going to put this, so let's have a look. Oh, God. What happened there? Now you're saying B. All right. Someone gave me a hard time for once and put everything A. You guys are just pro. You're pro B. You are pro just great. YouTube saying C. Not as great. They are all great. All of them, Quanta, and some more. But I should have changed this to make it so that it was more like, they're all great, but it's like, which ones are better, which ones are the worst. But I guess that's just asking for trouble. All right, you guys win. I will not use any armor slots. But this does not look good for the new, for the newest opener, right? It does not look good for this. So my question to you guys, I'm going to reset it. For this opener, are we happy with it being in not as great? I'm going to start the top map. You can move it. You can put it anywhere you want now. Maybe you weren't here at the start when we put it there. You can choose where you'd want to put it. Yeah. Oh, God. No, we can't put it in. We can't have something in bad and not. No, now you're trolling. You are trolling. No. We can't have something in bad and nothing in not as great. We can't do that. I'm not trolling. I don't think it should be in not as great. Okay. It could be a commercial for adult diapers for all I know. I mean, that's one hell of a commercial. Umbra and Candela in not as great. You guys should have thought about this before you voted earlier. You should have thought about that before you put everything in B. You guys are saying mostly bad. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna allow you to do that. That's fair. That's within the rules of engagement that I set. This is allowed. However, I'm gonna spend my final armor slot to bump it back up, baby, because I like it. I'll show you where I would put all this stuff. Okay, because it would have been different. It would have been slightly different. But it's interesting to know that this is how, as a team, we've put it. This is democracy. So here's how I would have shook things up, right? I would have left these two in S tier. I think that's key. I think that's fair. I would have put this in great and this in great. I would have put the Exandria stuff. I like them, but it's just not as great. Okay, and obviously the big issue here is just how we interpret the rankings. I would have also put, despite it being so good, I would have put the very first one in not as great because we know what is to come. And I would have put Age of Umbra in not as great as well. Yeah, that's the world I would have lived in. And I wouldn't put anything bad because I'm scared of the Critical Role fandom. Yeah, so there is some... I don't believe this, okay? So don't take this out of context. But there is something that just makes this list look a bit more balanced and full and more aesthetically pleasing. Look, let's say... I think bad is the wrong terminology. God, I'm such a freaking pushover. I just want to give out, like, medals for participations, you know? That looks like a true list because something has to be at the bottom. Yes, it does. Yes. Yeah, better than... The one that you guys wanted to do was maniacal. You, like, had everything in great. And then just... It's insane. It's not good. No. The surprise here is, like, how much we all like the Candela Obscura opening, to be honest. Not now, but, like, another stream, we should look at all the sets they do. Like, the physical space. Because that would be so cool, like comparing each campaign's studio. And Candela Obscura has had some awesome studios. And the Age of Umbra one is crazy. Yeah, we should do that. All right, next time. The ranking of Mercer's ridiculous Dwarven Forge battle maps. Dude, there's got to be 1,000 at this point, right?